You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike postgame show. What is going on? Matt O'Leary hanging out with you. Mitch will be joining us shortly. He is on his way back from hockey. So he missed a good one today as the Islanders win 3-0. Their sixth straight win, 6 in a row. The Islanders decided this year that they were going to play like absolute dog shit the first 39 games of the year, and then turn it on like it's the 2020 New York Islanders and play Barry Trotz style of hockey this year. And what perfect timing. We are literally 50 seconds in. We just play the intro, and my buddy Mitch is here. Mitch, you missed a good one tonight.
Yeah? Are we all the way back or just kind of back?
Ilya Sorokin is definitely back. I tossed on the Ilya number 30 reverse retro throwback jersey. Because our guy, our goalie is back. That is for damn sure. He was awesome again tonight.
Okay, that feels good. It feels so good because we are a much better team when we have a good Ilya Sorokin. Obviously, every team is good when they have a good goalie. He just makes us that much better, which is really comforting to hear. Really comforting.
Yeah, so his last 4 starts, perfect save percentage, 1,000 save percentage, 938, 967, 962.
Freaking perfect.
He's playing out of his bird right now, and so are the New York Islanders as they rattle off 6 straight wins. Obviously, a big one for the standings tonight as they jump the Philadelphia Flyers, who they played, big 4-point night. And look, I'm not going to get all excited and be like, oh my God, Islanders playoff bound. They're going on a run to the Stanley Cup final. I'm not quite there yet, but I don't know. It's more enjoyable to watch a good hockey team. And as we've discussed, it doesn't necessarily have to change your plan, going forward with what you want to do.
They are 3 points out of a playoff spot with 3 games in hand. I'm glad that Ilya Sorokin, nothing got by Ilya Sorokin and nothing got by our boy Bill. Just calling me out for playing hockey. I'm still wearing my sweaty underwear, my sweaty jockstrap. Do you want to see it, Bill? Do you want to see it? Watch this. I will hold it. Look at this. Look at this sweaty ass cup, buddy. That's how dedicated I am. Let's go.
I love it. You missed all of what? It's a 30-second intro, and I probably talked for 20 seconds before you hopped in. That was timed just about as perfectly as we can get here. So, Mitch, let's get into this game because there's a lot to talk about. 3 goals and a shutout. In the first period, no goals were scored for either side, but there were a couple things of note. One, they won yet another. Patrick Waugh is the king of the goalie interference challenges. They won another one because Adam Pelech got hit with a double minor on a high stick on Travis Konechny, and they were doing a good job, initially killing it. And it was about 3 minutes into the kill or 2.5 minutes into the 4-minute kill when it looked like the Flyers were going to score. And Ilya right away is like, nope, I think it was Frost who was down low. Forgive me, I don't remember exactly who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Frost. And he's going to the goalie. He's like, to the ref, nope, I was interfered with. I was definitely interfered with. They challenge. Sure enough, he was interfered with. Goal comes back off the board. They kill the rest of the penalty. Also, something of note, Maxim Siplikov had to drop the gloves with Scott Lawton. That is a long lingering beef that Maxim Siplikov has with the Flyers after that monster hit from what was that, last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he had to answer the bell there, but ended up being no goals on either side. Islanders 10 shots to the Flyers 8 in period number 1. Mitch,
sorry, something's going on. There's a trade with the Flyers and Flames. Apparently Andrei Kuzmenko is going to the Flyers. So this is
okay.
Walter brought that up here in the comments, and I went digging. See, Kuzmenko is going to the Flyers. Maybe even Jacob Petsy is going by, is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
And maybe draft picks, because clearly this is I don't know what this clearly is. Actually, the Flames aren't really in contention mode, are they?
I don't believe so. This was being talked about during the game. They actually, the Flyers, I believe, pulled frost at some point during this game. I don't know if he's going back the other direction here.
Yeah,
But he only played
Morgan
11.
Frost or Noah Cates believed to be an interest for the Flames. They are kind of in it. The Flames are 1 point out of a playoff spot with a game in hand on the Vancouver Canucks. So anyways, I know that's not Islanders related, but it's tangentially related to because we played the Flyers tonight. We beat them so bad they made a trade. Ha!
Correct. And that was being discussed through the later portions of this game. Didn't get a chance to bring that up yet, but yes, glad to hear that that's becoming official now after the fact. But again, no goals for either side in the first period. Islanders led 10 shots to the Flyers 8 shots. And the Islanders, too, one more note for me on the first, unless you have anything else. They were blocking shots like crazy. I believe they were up 9-0 in block shots in the first period.
Wow. That's Matt, and that's what is it? There's from Walter again, lots of heart. You got to have heart if you're going to step in front of a shot like that. Absolutely. Because those things sting.
And they did just that. So in the second period, Mitch, the Islanders finally would break the goalless streak for both of these teams. Simon Holmstrom stays red hot, Mitch. A beautiful shot from our guy, Simon Holmstrom here.
He's got goals in back-to-back games now. And 4 points? I don't know if he scores another one after this. I haven't looked. With 4 points in 2 games. Man, he's really piling it up right now. And remember, last year, it was the later portion of the season where Simon Holmstrom kind of faded. Now he's waking up, and it's not like he necessarily fell asleep either. He was injured for most of it. Like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, he's been really good this year. And I said it on the last post game that we did. Maybe I was too harsh on Simon Holmstrom going into this year, but I think he's taken a tangible step forward and looks like, he could be a legit third liner on this team.
Yeah, look at that. Holmstrom better than Kucherov. Holmstrom benching Mishkov. Absolutely love it. Let's go, baby.
Things you just absolutely love to see. Something else you love to see, Mitch. Mark Gatcomb gets his first career NHL goal. Really nice setup on the 2-on-1 with Kyle McLean, as you'll see here in a second.
Fantastic. I love this for this kid because he's been playing his ass off for this team. And yeah, just driving to the net. Look at that. Simple stuff. Pierre Engvall, take notes, buddy. That's really all it is.
Yeah, it really can be that simple. And a nice play from Maxim Siplikov, too, as well, to set up that play.
Yeah, so good job by the entire team. I noticed Scott Perinovich picks up a primary assist on Simon Holmstrom's goal. Back-to-back points for the Piru. I love it.
He looked good again. He did make a mistake in the third period. He took a penalty because he covered a puck with his hand. And that was a mistake in his own end. But other than that, like actual play, I thought he was, again, pretty good.
Yeah. P.S. Don't forget, as Chad mentions, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, please, please, please. We will love you long time.
And hit the bell too. If you subscribe, hit the bell, and you get notified every time we go live. So
love you long time, Chad, for that. Thank you. Doing our work for us.
Love it. Good stuff there. So Islanders up 2-0 after 2 periods of play. Flyers had more shots in that second period. They were up 12-8 in shots, but the Islanders made their shots count as they scored on 2 of them.
Yeah, and like the shot count, like shot attempts were close in all situations. 20-17 for the Flyers, and expected goals were pretty close, 0.83 to 0.7 for again the Philadelphia Flyers. So pretty close stuff. We were just, as you said, more clinical. We found holes and we pounced on them.
Absolutely. In the third period, Mitch, something happened for the first time in 15 games, and that is Kyle Palmieri finding the back of the net here. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah. Do we have an update on Spiz? Do we know where Spiz is at? And is he eating humble pie right now? I'm sure he's not, because 15 games without a goal, but holy shit, did he need this?
Yeah, he really did. And the irony here, so if you're a Patreon member, we'll plug the Patreon right now, patreon.com/uptheturnpike. In the Discord, after the Islanders are up 2-0, Spiz is going, here we go. They're going to suck you all back in. And then immediately after he says that, Kyle Palmieri scores to put a little extra cushion on that lead that they had.
Yeah, an extra little Italian zest, if you will. Steve is mentioning here, have you guys considered doing an away game live stream where we watch on our own, but the stream is live and we react/talk throughout? If you join the Patreon and get in on the Discord channel. Typically, we do one of those a week. Now, we've gotten out of the habit just because there aren't too many of us that do that. But typically, I sit down with a handful of patrons, and we just sit and talk through the entire game, and then I jump on one of these. So join up on the Patreon, get in on the Discord when you're there, and we can set these up regularly for sure, because we already kind of do that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing those. So Islanders up 3-0 at this point. They close out the rest of the game. Mitch, something of note, I made the joke as you were coming in that the Islanders played like shit the first 39 games of the year and then flipped the switch and have looked like the 2020 Islanders. In Barry Trotz's era New York Islanders, like it's a perfect homage of this.
Yeah,
they allowed 3 shots in the third period.
That's insane, man. And like the Flyers have to be pressing, right? When you think you go into the third period up 2-0 and then you score halfway through the third, you think the Flyers are coming, baby. They're going to be shooting from everywhere, and they just don't. They fall apart. Now, like the shot attempts are still. Pardon me, I shouldn't have chugged most of that beer. Near beer, anyways. The shot attempts were pretty close at 18-19 in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers. So like they were typically shooting, but like not a lot were getting towards the net. So, and like good job by the Islanders from just keeping up pace and shutting them out.
Yep. 1,000%. Islanders end up shutting him out. As we mentioned, Ilya Sorokin's been playing out of his mind. Islanders win 6 straight. They're now 3 points out of a playoff spot. And I've been really antsy looking at this number. And I talked about the block shots in the first period. I want to go through the game stats now with you because I want to highlight this block shot total, but just to highlight the game that the Islanders had. 28 shots on goal to the Flyers 23. Better in the faceoff dot, 50.7%. 0 for 2 on the power play. The penalty kill was perfect tonight. They go 0 for 3. The Flyers power play goes 0 for 3, including a 4-minute double minor against Adam Pelech. 13 penalty minutes to 11 hits, 18 for the Islanders, 20 for the Flyers. 25 blocked shots. Wanted to highlight 25 to the Flyers, 9 giveaways, 24 for the Flyers, Islanders 14. And takeaways 6-4. The Islanders with 2 more.
Yeah, like kind of like what Kaloy says here. Easy shutout for Sorokin. And I know he doesn't mean like, it's so easy for Sorokin. It's just the Islanders made it easy for him, keeping shots away from the net, either by just keeping them to the outside or blocking shots. As you showed, 25 blocked shots. Outstanding stuff. Great defensive hockey. Very Barry Trotzian of the Islanders. Love to friggin' see it. Absolutely love it.
Go figure, Mitch. The Islanders start playing better in front of Ilya Sorokin, and he starts putting up numbers like the Ilya Sorokin that we know he can be.
Insane. There's just a flip, or a switch has been flipped in multiple aspects. Like Walter's saying, they've definitely changed something in their D zone coverage. Like they're just smarter. I even noticed on the penalty kill, and it was the last game. Scott Mayfield is basically laying down, covering the slot for any cross slot passes. Just, I'm going to lay down because you're not going to get it through my 6'4" frame. And so Scotty's just on one. And we're seeing some of the comments as well. Doge, like, love Scotty. Mayfield had himself a nice game, especially on the PK. Like, man, everything is starting to click. Sorokin, the PK, the block shots, the heart, it's all there and it's coming together. And we're winning 6 in a row. Holy crap, man.
Yeah, it's absolutely. So it's been a lot of fun during this stretch right now. I'm enjoying it. I know we've talked at length what that means for the trade deadline and all that stuff, and we can talk about that, maybe as we get closer here, or even Andre has a nice question here. You want to read that?
Well, yeah, they have to trade him. Like if Colorado can trade Ranton, and Islanders have to move those 2. Absolutely.
And similar to what we've said too, especially on the pods, but no one's saying that the Islanders can't trade Brock Nelson and Kyle Palmieri and still continue to try down the stretch. It's not like we're saying trade those 2 and then like fold up shop. No, if they trade them both and somehow still end up in a playoff spot or whatever, fine. But I think you still have to do your due diligence and, try to put this team in the best position going forward.
Absolutely. Like Dan is saying, let's have a good little run, make the season fun at least, and still try to improve, as you're saying, for this year and going forward. You can do both. That's possible.
No, exactly. And most of us are saying retool also.
Mm-hmm.
So that, to me, fits the description of a retool. You know, if you're talking rebuild and trading everyone and not trying, like that's very different. You could, you know, trade those pieces and, you know, I don't know, get some new blood in here. Maybe it continues to work as the Islanders added 2 new defensemen in here and they're playing well and they're winning games.
Yeah, like Sloppy saying, it's so hard not to jump on the we're so back trade. I get it.
All right, let's do our ice time game here, Mitch, and we'll close with the comments the rest of the way. I'm sure there's plenty. We got 95 people hanging with us live right now. We
haven't hit the 100. Let us try to get that 3 digits, baby. Oh, that would be cool.
It'd feel pretty nice after a big win like this. Leader in ice time for forwards was who, Mitch?
I don't know. I usually default to Matthew Barzal, but I'm going to default to Bo Horvat.
Nailed it. Bo Horvat, 20 minutes and 29 seconds.
Oh, I know someone made a comment the other day saying I looked like stiff as a board. This is why, because whenever I try to do something, my shoulder just kills me. Anyways, okay. Oh my God. So least amount of ice time. I'm going to say it is Kyle McLean.
Not a bad guess. It actually is Mark Gatcomb at 10 minutes and 44 seconds. Gatcomb, Siplikov, and McLean all pretty similar in ice time. Siplikov was 11:05 and McLean was 11:10.
We hit 100. We hit 100. Look at that. There's 100 eyeballs on us live. Woohoo!
Good stuff. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are very close to 1,000 subs. Makes a big difference. The 1,000 sub is a big threshold for us to hit. We're very close, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys hanging with us. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button while you're here. Put us in front of more eyeballs.
Absolutely. See, I thought about Mark Gatcomb for least amount of ice time, but your eyes did something. I've finished my point. I thought about it because I was going, and then I went, well, he scored, so maybe Patty gave him an extra shift, and apparently not. But anyways, why did your eyes light up?
two reasons.
Okay.
2 reasons, and both have to do with defenseman ice time. Who's leading the way tonight?
Oh, that is a good friggin' question. I'm going to say it's Alex Romanov because it has been for the last couple of games.
So Romanov was second and he played a lot, 27 minutes and 24 seconds.
Okay.
But coming in at 28 minutes and 14 seconds, Tony DeAngelo leading the way.
I know some of you are going to kill me for, I still would rather he not be here, but like, it's working. It's friggin' working. Where is it? I think it was Dan had a comment saying like still undefeated. Where are you, Dan? There's so many comments. I can't find it again. My gosh, there he is. There he is. Yeah, DeAngelo undefeated. He's not wrong, and he's playing well. So like, can't crap him for playing well. Great, good. I would. This is good. I'm glad that he's playing well. And I hope it continues. Good job by him.
If he's gonna be here,
yes,
don't fight it.
Yeah,
you know, just you're better off with him playing well. Least amount of ice time.
I assume it's Isaiah George.
Would you like to venture a guess on the ice time?
Based on your tone, I'm going to say it's like 10 minutes, 45 seconds.
He wishes. 4 minutes and 3 seconds. He had five shifts in this game. He had a really, really, really bad turnover at one point that almost led to a goal. Sorokin bailed him out a little bit. And I don't believe he saw the ice again after that. He took just one shift in the second period and didn't return, I don't believe, since 6 minutes and 58 seconds of the second period.
Yeah, so Andre is saying that he think he got hurt. So on top of clearly not playing that well, I suppose.
Yeah, good question. I think maybe he did get hurt.
Yeah.
Because there were just 12 on the Islanders bench at one point. So
yeah. Like Kaloy's saying with Tony D, like you can't diminish his impact, but it's sad that he's only been here for 3 games and he's our best offensive defenseman. Yeah, we did lose 2 of our better offensive defensemen, although like I think that's a stretch of giving that moniker to Ryan Pulock, who is definitely a little bit more offensive than defensive, but not by a whole lot. But I think that mantle was there to be taken the second Dobson went down for anyone who just likes to get in the mix offensively.
Aaron's saying here that Wah said in the post game that it was coach's decision.
Oof. Ooh.
Bill, thank you. You said it. We saw it at the same time.
Yes. Good. That would be great. I'll take it. But yeah. My gosh. P.S. Hello, Wizzo from North Pole, Alaska. Look at that.
Whoa. Thanks for hanging with us.
We are worldwide, baby. Worldwide. Michael's saying, is it better to send George back to Bridgeport than not play him? Borderline. It's borderline, baby.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. What do you think?
Like Bridgeport could use them because they are not good at all. They lost, was it 9-2 against Lehigh the other day? Yesterday, wasn't it? They're not good. But do you want that not good mojo to kind of infect? Maybe not infect him is the right word, but you would get like the double doink, the double negative doink. First, you're sent down because you're not playing that well, and then you got to go to Bridgeport, not the city. I don't want to make it sound like I'm knocking Bridgeport the city, but Bridgeport the team, who is just not doing well at all. I would almost rather keep him. Honestly, I'd rather keep him around.
Just while we were on here, Frank Saravalli tweeted this out a second ago on the trade we were bringing up earlier. I wanted to pull this up because I was surprised. Sounds like both Joel Farabee and Morgan Frost are going to the Calgary Flames.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a pretty big deal now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does, especially because it's not like Kuzmenko's been putting up crazy numbers this year.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he's got good shooting percentage typically. Like he's got that one really strong year in Vancouver. He shoots at like 24%.
Yep.
But I still would not do that. On the Bridgeport front here, like only thing George would learn in Bridgeport is how to lose. Sadly, that's kind of true.
Yeah, I think so.
Hasn't hurt Jeffries. Technically, it has because he's hurt right now.
Oh, okay. Well, so technically it does then. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, anything else that we want to get to here? Sorokin, I suppose we haven't talked about him.
Yeah, Sorokin, let me give you the number. So obviously he saved every shot he faced, all 23 shots. Was perfect tonight and has been stellar now for his last 4 starts in a row. His numbers are up to a 905 and 273. I don't know if that's counting tonight or not, though. I don't believe it is.
Yeah. Usually they have it updated, but if you could look at the game logs, I see you've got his NHL page up. Usually they'll show. If it's not there, then they probably don't count it.
Yeah, it's not. The Colorado's the most recent one.
Okay, so yeah, that's great that he's got those numbers and he still haven't included a shutout yet.
So trending in the right direction again. Obviously some work to be done, but if he could end the year in 915 plus and closer to 2.5 goals against, then I'd be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. To the comments we go.
Yeah, let's run through some comments here.
Yeah, we're not going to get through all of them because there's a lot of you. So if I don't get to you, sorry. But like already some starting off positively here. Like we are the best hockey team in hockey. 2019 Blues incoming. Let's go.
Here we go.
Thomas just like actually dominant. That was fun.
It was.
Yeah. And then we got some on Dobson here. So like Mike saying bye-bye Dauber, see you. Even Chad is like fine with Dauber leaving. And then Andre too. I think Dobson will be traded.
You know what's really ironic, I think, in a way, and I see it brought up further down the pike here, but the Islanders look so up the turnpike. There we go. Islanders looking a lot better without Dobson, and not just the Islanders. Alex Romanov looking a lot better without Noah Dobson.
Yeah. Do you think that that's just Romanov stepping his game up, knowing that he has to because we don't have Dobson, or is there some sort of shackles taken off and we're like, we expect more out of you to fill that void?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's just I think it's just working better with him right now. And he's been paired with Tony DeAngelo, and like DeAngelo, similar to Dobson, as they're both offensive players, but different in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. So like maybe he just, I don't know what it is. But there's something that's been brought out of Alex Romanov for a couple of games, even before like Dobson went down. It's just more noticeable now. He's been playing out of his mind, physical, in your face, and then adding that production. It's just everything is going well for him, man. And I friggin' love it.
Yep.
We've got some Norris candidates apparently. So both of our new guys, Chris D'Angelo for Norris, and then Walter Scott Paranovich for Norris. I love it.
Paranovich, by the way, he took the penalty, but if we're tracking for ice time, 17:53 for him.
Yeah. So Mercy, unreal. Islanders are kicking tail in 6 in a row. I'm still talking about being traded here. And then Bean Burrito kind of in the same boat. If they somehow win the next 3, we are 2 back. Panthers, Tampa, Knights, horrifying schedule. But like, if they win those, that'd be fantastic.
Just keep it rolling. See how long this goes. And that will go a long way to showing how legit they really are, right? Like if they rattle off 3 wins against 3 quality teams to make it at that point, it'd be 9 straight wins. I don't know. You feel a little different then.
Yeah, exactly. So what else we got here? Like if they make the run, can make the run while trading Nelson Palmieri, but Lou will not do that because he's a terrible and overrated GM. I think that's a bit too negative, but I can see where the doubt is. I absolutely understand that.
You have the doubt?
Yeah, I do. I don't believe that he would do it because he's kind of said that, right? Like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago by now, saying like we're in contention, so I'm not even thinking about trading them. Come on, buddy. You've got to. If the offer is good, which I'm sure it will be, you have to do it because you can do both.
They absolutely could do both. And they probably should. I think that's your best case scenario is you trade those guys, get new assets or get assets and new players in here and still take that step forward. And then in 2025, 26, take an additional step forward by, acquiring even more talent.
Yeah, exactly. Sarducci just coming in. Love it. Thank you. You two are very good. Breaking down team game prospects and rumors. Yes. Thank you, sir.
We try to hit on all of it, man. We appreciate it. Love the community that we're building here on Isles YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Orbican, no, they can't both win the Vezina. I don't believe so. Oh, my camera gave up for some reason. Looks like the camera was unplugged. It was not. It's right here. So part.
Well, he backed himself out. No, Haag and Ilya cannot both win the Vezina. Unfortunately, I don't think either one of those guys are going to end up winning the Vezina here. I think Mitch is still frozen for some reason.
There we go.
He's back.
I don't understand what happened. I didn't unplug it. I'm doing nothing. I'm just standing here. Okay, so I know it's easy to say now, but why haven't we been playing this style of PK all season? They're the best in the league for the last month after this being dead last.
Yeah, they're over 90% in this, I believe, since the beginning of the new year.
That makes sense.
It's like in their last 11 games, they're over 90%, which is insane to think because they were like 66% not that long ago.
Yeah. I think honestly, Kaloy, it comes down to they didn't practice it. And those aren't just me, like are words from me assuming they didn't. Patty said so. He said, like, hand up, that's on me. We didn't practice this during the training, the pregame, the preseason, which is dumb because they were so bad last year. You had to do it, and they didn't. And here we are. They finally figured it out, and there we go. They're good again. Unbelievable. Where are we going here? They're at Mercy. I still want Pedersen on board. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly. That would be the dream, right? If you're moving. If you're wheeling and dealing, you get Nelson and Palmieri out of here and use some of those assets to then somehow flip a Elias Pettersson trade. Hell yeah. Now we're talking.
That would be fan-friggin-tastic. Orbican on basically the Tony D'Angelo situation. Play over in Russia can be a wake-up call for a lot of Flyers.
Yeah, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
You've seen it before.
Yeah, exactly. Where else? Keep on going down here. Sorry if I miss this, but can you talk about the difference for Romanov with Dobson and his game since Dobson went down? What a player. I don't know if you caught it, Aaron, but like I really just think it's they've asked him for more, or he's noticed that he has to do more with Dobson out, and he's just eating it up. He's eating that opportunity, and I guess we just needed to give him the reins.
Yeah, it's been working.
Yeah. We got Mercy here who's checking up on the scoreboard watching right now in the NHL. What are the scores of those 2 games? Detroit tied 2-2, Columbus tied 1-1, both in intermissions. So keep your eyes on that, everyone.
We're back to scoreboard watching all of February, March, and April. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. I'm starting to hear other media outlets talking about the Isles trading Dobson, not even just within the fan base. That means it's got legs, right?
I would think. And I feel like we bring this up a lot, and maybe it feels like maybe too often, but if they were to do some sort of Pedersen trade, I would think Dobson would have to be the guy that would go the other way.
Yeah, you have to. Like it starts with that. Really, it does. Like when you're talking about trading star players, we don't really have the assets in terms of the system to fill that a void of value. So we have to start with some of our better players, and that is Dobson or maybe even Matthew Barzal. I'm not saying that I want to trade Matthew Barzal, but that's kind of like the stratosphere where that discussion has to begin. But that's uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, you have to give to get, clearly, for a player of that caliber. I would rather significantly trade Noah Dobson than trade Matt Barzal. I would not want to trade Barzal.
Absolutely. Look at that, 125, 126 now, Chad. Love that he's watching the count. I love it, Chad. Thank you very much.
It's cool. It's very humbling. Thank you, guys.
Matty D has come to a conclusion, and the right conclusion as to why we're winning. 9-3-0 since Optimum dropped MSG.
There we go. So I've had to Pirate Pete these games a little bit. So that's maybe what we have to do the rest of the way. Right.
So it might just have to be the case. It really will. Danny, love you guys, man. Typical Islanders playing this right before trade deadline, so Luke can say he has faith in his lineup. Man, he's gonna say that anyways, won't he?
You know it's coming. He's said it before. He'll say it again. I believe in this group. Get it tattooed on him.
Yeah. And then final one here from our boy Matty D, who is a patron. PS, if you haven't signed up, do it now. Patreon.com/uptheturnpike for all of our stuff, including our 2 podcasts a week that you get to have your say in. We ask you every podcast, what do you want to talk about? Anything, whether Islanders related or not. And Spiz abuses that. So Maddie is saying Mark Gatcomb is the new Kyle McLean, who is the new Hudson Fasching, who is the new Tanner Fritz, who is the new Cole Bartro.
The list goes on and on. It does feel that way. And I saw someone else I saw that on Twitter, and someone else said they're all trying to be Alan Quine.
I love it.
Oh, so good.
OT hero Alan Quine.
One of the biggest goals in recent Islanders history, Game 5 in Florida.
I love it.
Double overtime.
And then final one here, Joe. No, yes, it does have a no trade clause, but it cannot evolve south of this, or else I'm traded. Myself will be traded away.
It looks good right now.
Thank you.
Nice and thick.
Beautiful. That's it. That's all we got.
All right, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with us. It's been a blast. I'm Matt. He's Mitch. Subscribe if you're new. We'll catch you next time.